My guest today is a man who I really admire. He's got an amazing work ethic. He's the most creative guy I know. He hosts and produces a show called Trotter TV. He spends a good deal of his time going all over the world, as you can imagine, trotting the globe, sharing beautiful experiences of countries and cultures and food and art, and he has a pure love for it. He also is an author of many books. The African American Guide to Travel, that might not be the right title. Travel Guide, I was close. Yes, I Can, which is a wonderful book about his whole journey and career through the arts. Through life, but I also say that you get to hear about his designing times in his life, like he was a fashion designer and performer, dancer, everything. And his new book, which is really a great book because it is on travel, it is on life, it is sort of like a culture building, making people aware of the global citizenry of the world.
It's an educational experience.
Yes, it's called Chasing Wild Ass, and he can tell you why it's called that. I know it sounds like it's dirty, but it's really not, except I suppose if the ass you're chasing poops right in front of you, then it might get dirty. But I want to welcome Jon Haggins to the show, and you never know, he might turn this thing around. Jon, I'm so happy you just jumped in. We had a little extra time, and I thought, you've been on the show several times. I admire your show. You come on, I think, still right after me, don't you, on Saturday nights? Yeah. And we're both on Channel 56. I'm at 7:30. You're at 8 o'clock.
That's right.
And Jon is just a wealth of knowledge and also encouragement. And your Yes, I Can book is amazing because it really helps people, they can cheer up like, okay, I can do this, and yes, I can get out there. Everything's possible. You just got to give yourself a shot.
Anything is possible. All you have to have is a dream.
Exactly. And can I ask you, what is probably the most, you've had so many dreams and goals and you've achieved them all. Did any of them surprise you more than others, like that it came out of nowhere that the idea came, or that you were like, I didn't think I could get this done? But that wouldn't be because you say yes, you can. But did anything come like a total surprise that you pursued, or did it just seem like a natural progression?
It was an evolution, evolve. You evolve as opposed to reinventing, because often people will say, you reinvented. You don't really reinvent. You evolve. And one thing, you can always apply what you've learned from a previous part of your life to the next. And that's what I was just talking to someone today, and we were talking about painting a picture with words, and someone else made a comment. They said, I'm designing with words as opposed to designing clothes. And I thought, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, as I talk about this morning, I was on a radio show, which I do on a monthly basis, and I was talking about my trip to Trinidad. Congratulations, 25 years you've been doing this. Yeah. This is so exciting.
That's true, and Jon's here, and this is my 25th year, actually. Well, by the time this airs, it will have been 25 years since I did my very first show, which is kind of hard to believe.
Imagine that. You were a baby then.
I was a baby or something like that. Anyway, it's a lot of people, but I love talking to people about their stories and their journeys, which is what you do all the time, because you travel to places and then you really get into the people of the communities of the land. And
there was a Rasta man, as a matter of fact. I said, oh God, I'm not going to understand a thing he's saying. And then I listened very carefully, and then I really got it. And I thought, that's what we have to do. We have to listen to people and allow them to express themselves and then to learn from them, And he was a great sculptor, and he did incredible wood sculptures that are just magnificent museum pieces that are just magnificent.
And I guess when that's, sometimes like you and I do a certain, kind of work where we're listening to people, but you have to listen with other parts of yourself too. It's like they may not say it the way you understand it, but how their behavior is, or how they, probably how he does his work even said so much about who he was for you when you looked at the work.
Yeah. Absolutely.